Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. This is going to be the best of 2019 part 2. And in today's video I will talk all about makeup. Now I think that this video will be quite long, just so you know. But we'll start out with primers, concealers, foundations, powders and setting spray, and then we move on. So I've used a lot of primers this year, and I have tossed a lot of primers this year because I've used them up. But the two I want to mention is the Milk Hydro Grip Primer. I talked about this not that long ago on my channel, but I had this in, as you can see, a deluxe sample size or travel size. I'm thinking about buying the full size because I do really love it. I think it leaves a sticky feeling on my face, which is good for the foundation to stick to. So yeah, this I really loved. And then this year I tried the Flower Beauty Supernova Celestial Skin Elixir. This is just a glowy primer that I do really like, actually. I thought that I wouldn't, because I thought that it would get greasy on my skin, but if you take the right amount, I can really recommend that. So that has definitely been one of my favorite this year. Moving on to concealers. I still have the Tarte Shape Tape as one of my favorite concealers ever. You know that, so I'm not going to talk all that much about that. Then this year I discovered the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind Eraser. This is in the shade Cool Ivory. This is really brightening and really light, so I can use it under my eyes, and I use it to highlight certain spots on my face as well. It's cheap and I do really like it. The only thing I don't like it is that it comes with a sponge applicator. But yeah, like that. Then the e.l.f. 16-hour camo concealer. I have used this under my eyes because this is in the shade Fair Rose, so it's a bit too pink for me. But I've used it under my eyes to cover up my dark circles, and I do really like it. I have another shade to use on my face, so I'm going to get into that as soon as my Tarte Shape Tape is gone, which hopefully soon, because that thing lasts me forever. And then the biggest surprise that I absolutely love is the Becca Under Eye Brightening Corrector in light to medium. This year I really struggled with dark circles, especially now at the end of my pregnancy, because I don't sleep very well. So I bought this. It's quite expensive, but it's really good. I'm not wearing it today because I just didn't feel like it, but it's one of my favorite concealers ever. I'm so sorry about my hair, it's greasy. So when this is out I will repurchase, and I can really recommend that if you have dark under eyes. So those were all of my concealers. Moving on to foundations, I'm just quickly going to mention the ones that I mentioned last year, which is the Lumene Blur one, which I always mention because I always love it, and the NYX Total Control Drop Foundation. This has also been one of my favorite foundations during 2019, and I talked about it in 2018 as well. This is actually what I'm wearing today. This is a lighter shade than I'm used to because I have this, and I really want to use it up, and it works. I don't think that maybe I look a little bit pale on camera, but in real life I don't. I have bronzer on and stuff. So I do like the formula of drop foundations. I don't have it now, but I did really enjoy the Makeup Revolution drop foundation as well, in the color F1, which was the lightest shade. I want to repurchase that, but I have to order from Makeup Revolution's website, and I'm not going to buy any new makeup for a while now. But these two I can really recommend. The Lumene Blur one, it's a bit more full coverage, and this is a bit, you can get this full coverage, but this is a bit lighter coverage. Then I've been really loving the LA Girl Pro Matte HD High Definition Longwear Matte Foundation. This is in the shade Ivory. I have used maybe this much of the bottle, so 1/3. I do really like this. It's a perfect shade for me. I don't have to mix anything in with it, but it's matte. It dries down matte, but it doesn't dry down to look drying on the skin. It's a cheap one. I don't think you can buy this in Sweden, but I'm not sure. Then I have the, and this is a surprise for me, but this is the Milani Conceal and Perfect 2-in-1 foundation and concealer in the shade 00A Porcelain. This is broken, the pump is broken, but I have about maybe this much, can you see, maybe this much left, and it surprised me. I do really like this foundation actually. It's not the perfect shade, but once I have everything else on, it really works. So I'm considering repurchasing this when all of my foundations is gone, which is in a really long time. And then I just have to mention my NYX Pro foundation mixer. This is just a white base that I mix in with almost every one of my foundations. I just realized that I need to mix my Lumene Blur with that one, because my Lumene Blur is a little bit too dark. So I just mix them a little bit on my hand and then I just slap it on my face. They have a darker one as well, I think, and the other brands have mixers. I have one for my LA Girl that I haven't opened yet because this has lasted me for 1.5 years now. But if you need to whiten something, I can really recommend the NYX one. It doesn't change the formula of the foundation, I don't think, and I do really like that. And then powders. Moving on to powders, the RCMA No color powder has been one of my favorite powders this year. I got it for Christmas last year, and you can see I only have this much left. I don't really enjoy the packaging of this, so I should transfer it to another packaging, but now, oh, I have so little left, I don't bother. It's cheap. You can get this at Beauty Bay, and yeah, I don't know, I just really love this powder. It's easy. The packaging is not easy, but it looks good on your skin. It doesn't sink into my pores, and it's just a really good one. Then this year I've been really loving the number 7 translucent perfect light loose powder. I've used this a lot on my channel, and now this one is empty, but this was a really good powder, and it lasted me for a really long time as well. The container contains 20 grams or 0.7 ounces. I bought this at Boots UK. I'm not sure if you can buy this, where you can buy this, but I really loved this. And then I discovered a new pressed powder this year, and this is the Physicians Formula Mineral Wear Talc Free Powder in Translucent. It's a correcting powder that looks like this. It was Shannon Beauty, that recommended me to buy this, and this is really nice for under my eyes. It's a really brightening powder, even for me. You can see, I can swatch, you can see, but I have really enjoyed that powder, and I mainly use it under my eyes to set my concealer with. But it is really good, so I can really recommend that if you are fair skinned. If you have anything darker than me, I think it would be too light for you. It really brightens, but I'm sure you have other powders you can try on the market that I can't, because I'm so fair skinned. So those were all of my base products, you could say. Now I want to move into contour, blushes, bronzers and highlights. I forgot to mention setting spray. But it's the same basically as last year. It's the Flower Beauty Hydrating Setting Spray in Dewy Finish, and it's also the Urban Decay All Nighter Setting Spray. These are two of my absolute favorite setting sprays that I've worn this year and last year, and I have some new to try, but I need to use up those because I don't want too many opened. But I did really enjoy the Glam Glow setting spray, the pink one as well, just so you know. So if you're looking for something else to try that. Now we can move into bronzers and stuff. So let's move into probably my favorite categories of all. Contour, bronzers, blushes and highlights. So I have two contour palettes to share with you. One is the Sleek Face Form in Light. It looks like this, and I've basically been loving all three of these products, but since I'm going to mention this in the contour category, I've been really enjoying that shade. The blush really reminds me of NARS Orgasm, and the highlight is really, really good. This is cheap, and this is really good travel palette. I've been loving, this is new to my collection, this is the Cokey Powder Contour Palette. I broke my mirror not that long ago, but it looks like this, and it's just the perfect formula. So I've been really enjoying this one as well, for my contour. And then I mentioned this last year, but I've been really into this year. This is the Nip and Fab Fix Sticks Definition in Cool Taupe, and I've actually used a bit. Can you see? It just looks like this. I'm wearing this every day now as my contour shade. Love this. Can really recommend Nip and Fab makeup products. I've tried both this and blushes. Really good. Then moving on to bronzers, I have a lot, and I'm going to cheat a little bit. I just got this for Christmas from my husband. This is the Milk Makeup matte bronzer stick in Baked, and I've used this ever since I got it, and it's probably one of my favorite bronzers that I've ever worn. I'm having it on my forehead today and a little bit on my cheeks. It's the best formula that I've ever tried, and I don't usually love stick formulas, but it is really good. I will swear by this forever, I think, but I'm cheating a little bit because I just had it for 2 weeks, so I'm sorry about that, but this is amazing. Powder bronzers, on the other hand, I have a lot as well. I have this Max Factor in bronzer in light gold. Not sure if I bought this year or last year. It's really good. I have the Maybelline City bronzer in the shade 100, which I believe it's the lightest shade. This is also really good. I have the Milani bronzer, the Silky Matte bronzing powder in 01 Sunlight, which is the lightest shade. This is also really good. I mean really good. The Fenty Beauty one that I bought this year, the Sun Stalker bronzer in the Sun. It's also really good for my pale skin. Love that. And then the Too Faced Sweethearts bronzer in Sweet Tea. Can you see that 2019 has been the year of bronzers for me? And then the Wet n Wild Sunset Striptease bronzer that I bought as well. This is a little bit more darker than the other ones, but I love it. So bronzer has really been my thing this year, and I'm happy that I discovered so many that works with my pale skin. Moving on to blushes, and I'm going to cheat a little bit here as well. I'm going to mention my Christmas presents. This is the Milk Makeup Lip and Cheek. I have the Quickie. The darker one is called Quickie, and the lighter one is called Rally. I'm wearing Quickie today. Just as with the bronzer, this is probably one of my favorite formulas that I've ever tried. And as I said, I'm not a big fan of cream products or cream brushes or bronzers in the beginning, but these are amazing, especially this Quickie shade. I do love the Rally shade as well. I can really recommend this. I promise you, this will be in my January favorites, because I'm cheating a little bit. As I said, I just had this for 2 weeks, but I've been using them almost every day, and they are truly amazing. Trust me on that. Okay, moving on to blushes. I'm going to mention two that I've had. One that I've had for a while. This is the Becca Mineral Blush in Flower Child. This is the year that I really discovered that these kind of shades really works for my skin tone in the summer. So this is kind of a lighter, like peachy shade. This is not new to my collection, but I had to mention it. Then I have the Kiko Ocean Feel Blush in Bonnie Mine. Stunning. I have the Koki Blush Up Palette. Is it called that? In Demure. Matte blushes. Really amazing formula. I need to use this more, but this was a purchase this year and I do really like it. Then we have all of my Milani baked blushes. You've seen these before. This one is Bella Bellini. I have the Red Vino shade, which is a dark red shade. I have the Luminoso that I've been actually really enjoying in the summer. And then I have the Coralina. Baked blushes are really good because they have a really nice sheen to them. Then one of my favorite purchases this year has been the Kix Illuminating Blush in Poppy Pink. It's a pink blush with a green undertone. It smells really horrible. I don't know, it can't be bad. I've only had it for 6 months, but love this. I also love the Ciate blush in Too Deep. This was also purchased this year. It doesn't look like much, but it's that same sheeny formula. It's that one there. I know you can't really see, but really good. One more thing I bought this year is the NYX Sweet Cheeks, and this one is in the Glow formula and it's Red Riot. It's the perfect fall shade, and I do really love, I have a matte one of these as well in another shade, but I do really love the Glow formula. I would love to look at more colors of this and buy, because glowy blushes has really been a thing for me this year. And then I have to mention 2 of the Nabla skin glazing powders. This is Adults Only, which is a dark red one. Absolutely stunning as a blush on me. And then we have the shade Truth, which is a pink one, which is also an absolutely stunning shade on me for blush. Now I'm going to mention these on highlights as well, because I have the other shades as highlights, but these as blushes are really amazing. I can really recommend them. They are glowy. They leave a glowy, nice glowy sheen to the skin. You just look healthy. It's not that expensive, and Nabla I really do like the brand. Then moving on to highlights, and this is a really big category this year. And first I just want to cheat a little bit. I'm going to mention the Becca Cosmetics Shimmering Skin Perfector in Vanilla Quartz that I got for Christmas, so I won't have this for 2 weeks. But it's what I'm wearing on my face today. It is truly amazing, so I'm just going to cheat a little bit with that one. But then I have only new products. I have this Duke or Douche that we got in Look Fantastic, and as you can see it's quite a dent in this. This was my favorite highlight for a really long time this year. Yeah, no, you can't see swatches. Let's not swatch. I'm not sure what this is called, since this seems to be just this, but I love that shade. I love the Milani Afterglow in Strobe Light as an everyday highlighter. I've been really loving the Kix Loose highlighter that I bought this year in Rose Gold, so it's a pink one. Let me see if maybe I can swatch this one better. Oh, no, but you can see it in the bottle. Really nice looking pink shade. The Juvia's Tribe Highlighter Volume 3. Really good. Can really recommend. The Nabla Skin Glazing Powders. The lightest one, which is this one, is called Ozone. And this really only works for you if you have really fair skin tone like me. It's a bit more icy. I love this. But my favorite shade from the skin glazing one is Privilege. This is a more peachy one. This is truly stunning on my skin tone. It's maybe a little bit too dark, but it's just amazing, amazing, amazing. Don't know if you can see anything of that, but amazing. Can really recommend the Nabla Skin Glazing one, as I said. Then we have the Wet n Wild Loose Highlighter in You Glow Girl, which is quite similar to the Kicks one. It's a pink toned loose highlighter that I've really loved if I want to look beaming. Then I have the Wet n Wild Mega Glow Highlighting Powder in Bloom Time. This is just a darker peachy highlighter. I can use this if I'm a bit light on my hand. I do love, last year I mentioned the Blossom Glow one. I still love that a lot, but this year I discovered this shade. And then I have the Revolution Pro Trio. This is the Supreme Highlighter in Ice. You have seen me use this a lot on my channel lately, especially this color for my inner corner. This has been hands down my favorite inner corner highlighting palette this year. Today I'm using that shade as my inner corner highlight. Actually, I absolutely adore this, but I think my absolutely favorite highlighter of 2019 is the Pixie by Petra Glowy Gossamer Duo in Subtle Sunrise. You've seen me use this a lot lately as well. It's just the perfect wet looking highlighter. The one shade is a little bit too dark, but I usually mix them. Let me see if I can do this. Yep. It's the perfect wet looking highlighter. It really suits my skin. It's not something that I go out to work with but it's stunning. I can really recommend that. I hope Pixie comes out with more colors. I think they have one more, but it's too dark. But this would look really good if you have like a green one and maybe a blue one for inner corner. So those were all of my face products. I'm now going to move into eyeshadows and eye sticks and eye glitters and stuff. So I had to pause for like 2 hours because my battery died and I had to have lunch. But I'm back and we can now talk about eyes and lips. So I'm just going to mention two eye primers that I've actually really been enjoying. The first one is the Makeup Revolution Cut Crease Canvas in Illustrate. This is really good. I do really like it. And then the NYX Glitter Glue. It's really good for glitters and such. How do I even look? Anyway, then for mascara 2019, I have still been loving the Warrior Mascara by Flower Beauty. I've loved the Essence Lash Princess Volume Mascara, and one of my absolute favorites is the Benefit Bad Gal Bang. So those three are really have really been my favorites. Moving on to eye pens. Last year I mentioned NYX. They are still good. I still really love them, and I also love the Sephora ones really much. But the ones I've been using mostly during 2019 is the Lottie London AM to PM pencil, and as you can see, the brown one is... I've used up half of the brown one, and then I have the velvet one, which is purple, which you've seen me use a lot lately, and then I have Mermaid, which is a blue one. I asked my sister to buy more for me when she was in London now a couple of weeks ago, but she couldn't find them, so I'm not sure why it is like that. But they are really good and I can really recommend. Then I've been really loving my Pixie Fairy Dusts. I have Rose Gold, Pixie Green and Crystalline. I've been using this a lot lately and they are great. And then this does not come as a surprise too, but the glittery eye cord in Blue Lava, no, in Blue Pearl and Gold Lava are pretty much the prettiest thing I've ever seen in my entire life. I'm so happy that I bought this. I really want the red and purple one that they have. You don't need a glitter glue with this. You don't need a base with this at all. You can just pat it on. These are really good. Really good. And if you're looking for something cheaper but that is exactly the same, I would suggest this NYX Glitter Goals Cream Glitter Palette. I have mine in Galactica and I've used this once or twice and it is really good. That shade is really pretty. It's a bit cheaper than the Pixie one, so I can really recommend. Moving on to eyeshadow palettes. I mentioned Juvia's Place last year, but I'm going to mention the Tribe palette. This is probably one of my favorite palettes for 2019. I love the greens in this, but I also love the oranges. So yeah, this has been one of my favorite green palettes throughout the year. I love this. Then I'm going to mention the Blush Tribe Paulina palette. It looks like this. You've seen me use this a little bit on my channel. It's a green and a purple to pink palette that the Swedish YouTuber Paulina Aspjung did in collaboration with Blush Tribe. And Blush Tribe is a UK based indie brand. This is also one of my favorite palettes for 2019. I do really love this. I think it's awesome. And it's so cool that she did a collaboration. I don't think you can buy this anymore, but it's really pretty. Since I'm mentioning Blush Tribe, I'm going to mention the Hasina 2 palette as well. It looks like this. It's probably one of my favorite palettes ever, just because it has green. I'm just getting into purple, but it has green, and green is my favorite color. Purple has now been my favorite color for about a month, and then it has some blue shades. The formula on this is really good, and I'm really happy that I got this. I think my husband bought this for me last year for Christmas, or if it was my birthday, I can't remember. But can really recommend the Hasina 2 palette by Blush Tribe. Then I have the Misha Lou Cosmetics Witchcraft palette. Surprise, it has greens in it, but actually my favorite shade is that one. It's called Wand and it looks brown, but it's a purple shade. That one mixed in with Magic, which is that shade there. Super good. And then it has a green duochrome. So if you are a green or purple lover, I could really recommend this. And the last indie palette that I'm going to talk about is the Menagerie Cosmetics Feral palette. I haven't used this that much, but I think it's really good. You get a nice variety of shades, and I love the color scheme. So those were the indie palettes, and then I have to mention two palettes that I bought this summer, and it is these two. First, it's the Too Faced Razzle Dazzle Berry Eyeshadow Palette. It looks like this. It is stunning. I've mainly been using that shade, as you know, but it smells like berries. It's pretty. It's nice formulated. And then I have the Dose of Colors Blushing Berries. This is what I'm wearing on my eyes today. This is one of my favorite palettes that I've ever used. I really want to buy more from this range because it's the perfect palette. It only contains mattes, so as you know, I use it in combination with this one. But today I'm having a shade from a Juvia's palette as my lid shade. But this is amazing. I love this and I can really recommend it. This is easy to travel with. I don't think it's that expensive, but it's kind of expensive. I think that was everything that I was going to talk about. Since I had to pause, I'm not really sure. But I have a list, hold on. Yes, that was all of the eyeshadow palettes that I was supposed to talk about. Let's move into lips. First I want to mention the Mega Last Liquid Catsuit in High Shine lipstick. It's like a lip gloss formula. You know, I used to love the matte ones, but these are really great as well. I have 2 of those. Then I mentioned this last year, but I'm going to mention it again. This is the L'Oreal Color Rich Rebel Rouge lipstick. It's the matte one, and it's the one I'm wearing on today. I have a bit of a wonky lip. But it's stunning. Then I've been loving and using this a lot. This is my Makeup Revolution ones. I have Takeover and Greatest, and Takeover is the purple one, and you see me use that a lot. And Greatest is the brown one. I love this. I wish that I would actually buy more if I could. Because I love the formula of this. And then the last favorites of 2019 is not going to come as a surprise to you. It's the NYX, what are these called? NYX Candy Slick Glowy Lip Color. My absolute favorite shade is Single Serving. It's a more reddy shade. I also have Cherry Cola, which is a bit more darker one, and then I have S'mores Please, which is a more brownie one, and then I have a more pinky one, which is called Cream Bee. But these have really been my favorites. I've used this a lot because it's such a nice formula, and it's just an awesome product. So that's why I have 4 of them. So I think, and I'm sorry if I missed anything, I have pregnancy brain today. I'm waiting for a package to arrive, and it's supposed to be 2 packages, and I just got the one, and the driver left, so I had to contact the customer service, and she said that there's another driver coming here in like 30 minutes to deliver the other package, but it's from the same store. I don't understand. So I'm just sitting on waiting for them, and then I'm actually going to take a shower because I have some pain in my stomach, and I really want to shower if I need to go into the delivery. But anyway, this was the best of 2019 in my opinion. I've cheated a little bit, as you saw with the blushes and stuff, but yeah, I will link the part 1 up in the corner so you can see that. And once again, thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't already. January and forward will be a lot less activity here on my channel, just so you know. I'm having my baby in 2 or 3 weeks, and I have some of my nail polish collection pre-filmed, but yeah, it will not be as much content as you used to. Thank you so much for watching. Please give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, and as I said, please subscribe, and until I make another one, you guys, please take care. Bye!